coverage you can count on. You're watching WKRG News, the 4 on 5.
I'm Cheryl Schlumbard. This is the 4 on 5. We're glad you're here. The big story at 4 is Hurricane Milton. Florida's west coast is preparing for the worst of the storm, expected to make landfall tonight. WKRG News 5's Asher Red and photojournalist Dan Kettinger are in the Weather Beast in the storm's path in the Tampa Bay area. And you guys got there yesterday, Asher, in the calm before the storm from what we saw on the 4 on 5. A little bit different story today.
Yeah, absolutely. Things are starting to pick up. Where we've been driving around specifically, there have been some small branches and smaller limbs starting to fall off of these trees. In fact, we've got one right in front of the Beast. Now, the National Weather Service just today releasing over 50 tornado warnings. That is a lot, especially as these wind gusts from the hurricane bands are starting to really affect this area. Milton expected to make landfall here in the next few hours as a strong Cat 3 or a weak Category 4. Let me go ahead and flip this camera around so we can give you guys a look at what we're looking at. This is what's going to be a major problem, at least in this residential area. Trees. And we have wind gusts that could be as strong as 100 miles an hour, 120 miles an hour. And this is what I'm talking about right here. This isn't the most that we've seen. We've seen much more than this. But this is what's already coming down before landfall has even happened. Now, the wind is on and off, and just a few hours ago, the National Weather Service was talking about the storm surge, saying that Florida's west coast is starting to see that surge roll in, and it could be as high as 15 feet in some areas. Now, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says that this is the type of storm that is so large that those who choose not to evacuate may regret their decision to stay.
We are bracing and are prepared to receive a major hit. We're facing this with the seriousness it deserves, but also with the determination that we will get through this.
Now, there are a few things to keep in mind when it comes to damage. You've got the wind that I talked about and the storm surge that I talked about, but also power outages. Wind and storm surge will affect that. With that wind, though, a lot of the debris that is left behind from Hurricane Helene will likely become missiles to be, if you will, projectiles flying through the air at well over 100 miles an hour. And it's just scary to think of that. That 15-foot storm surge is very significant for places like the Wesley Chapel area that we're in right now, one of those bayside communities with a lot of ponds and lakes. Cherish?
Evacuation orders have been issued for Tampa Bay area counties, but as we see every time there is a hurricane, some people decide to stay. Have you seen many who made that decision this time, Asher?
Yeah, well, right now I am not in an evacuation zone. We do see people who are in their driveways. We have some sheriff's deputies over here likely assisting someone. Now, we do, when we were at that neighborhood last night, you may remember, we did see a few people, but they quickly went away. By the end of the night, we were the only people left there.
All right. Thanks, Asher. At least 53 tornado warnings issued in Florida today at last check ahead of Hurricane Milton making landfall tonight, and more are anticipated. That is according to the National Hurricane Center. How many tornadoes are confirmed, Ed?
At this point, it's difficult to say because the event is still ongoing, and we are seeing a lot of pictures on social media as well, but there have been definitely well over a dozen tornadoes. Take a look at this. That is one such sighting here that has been reported from this storm. This was in the Clewiston area, as this was in South Florida, as where we started to see some of the initial tornadoes start being reported here. So sightings continue. Here's another view of the tornadoes here. This one is out of Alligator Alley in Broward County. And so again, this was actually spotted on a traffic camera there, as this was just kind of moving across. They actually ended up crossing I-75 there for a period of time. So again, it's been a prolific tornado producer. That's a look at all the warnings that we've had so far today. We're now getting warnings up towards the Orlando area, and it's likely going to continue to produce significant tropical weather here as we move through the rest of the afternoon now into the evening. You can see the center of circulation, the eye of Milton, It is it's just off the coast of Tampa Bay and Sarasota, and it is moving northeast in that general direction. The rain bands in and around Tampa so far have been quite prolific, but it's within that northern eye wall where we are seeing some of the more intense downpours, and that's where we're seeing the 100+ mile/per-hour wind gusts. As of the now 4 p.m. advisory, the storm continues to weaken as wind shear begins to take its toll on the circulation. This was expected, but this will maintain itself as a Category 3 hurricane all the way through landfall, and now the track has shifted north, closer to the mouth of Tampa Bay. Perhaps the landfall coming close to the Longboat Key area, but the center will race through the heart of Tampa Bay, right on through Polk County, and come very close to the Disney parks in Orlando, and before it begins to move out into the Atlantic. So our predictor is showing a similar setup here as the storm will make landfall, and all of that rain that will fall along I-4 between Tampa and Orlando and points north, we could see as much as 16+ inches of rain that falls out of this. Drier air will begin working in as the system begins to move off the coast. So again, it's going to be a very rough 12 to 18 hours for the folks there across the Central Florida Peninsula.
Now, we talked about the need for volunteers at the Pensacola Bay Center yesterday on the 4 on 5, and the need is still there as the Pensacola Bay Center is open as a shelter for Hurricane Milton evacuees. As WKRG News 5's Hannah O'Gara reports, it's an effort by volunteers with the American Red Cross and Escambia County Department of Animal Welfare.
Members of the American Red Cross are here at the Pensacola Bay Center, where they have water, food, and sleeping arrangements for those who came from the South Florida area. As of 3:30 Wednesday afternoon, there are 7 evacuees at the center, but folks are able to come by and pick up necessities such as food or water if staying in a nearby area. Christopher Dumstrat, Public Affairs Manager for Red Cross, says his team is always prepared with supplies in case of a major storm, wanting people to know they have somewhere to turn in trying times.
When we know a disaster is going to come into a specific region or community, that's when we make sure we are positioning our resources, positioning our trained disaster workers in specific safe areas so that we can immediately respond to when the conditions are safe.
Dumstrat says if folks return to find their homes lost to the storm, Red Cross can host those for weeks, providing hot meals and places to sleep. The Bay Center shelter is animal friendly, allowing families to travel with ease when evacuating with their pets. In Pensacola, Hannah O'Gara, WKRG News 5.
Firefighters across Baldwin County are collecting supplies, particularly cleaning necessities for people impacted by Hurricanes Helene and Milton. You're asked to take donations to the Foley Methodist Church through Friday this week and Monday through Wednesday next week between the hours of 9 and 3 o'clock. Clothing will not be accepted. Now, if you would rather make a monetary donation, you can give to the American Red Cross by using your phone to scan that QR code on your screen. You can also donate to the Red Cross tomorrow during our WKRG Hurricane Relief Telethon.